And good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Good morning.
We're glad that each and every one of you joined us this morning. It is a new day. It's a new day in this earth. I say, be rejoiceful in everything that the universe brings your way. And I actually have to point out something, ladies. I love what Reverend Kimberly's cup said this morning. It says, make it happen.
With lipstick on.
With lipstick on. Nice shade, is it, Mac? But it says, make it happen. And we encourage you today to take control of your life. Stop letting circumstances and controls and elections dictate how you're going to live your life.
Absolutely. Don't let outside influences determine what your focus is going to be for the day. When you wake up in the morning, go ahead and realize and create for yourself what you want your day to be, and always know it's your choice.
Mm-hmm.
It's absolutely 100% your choice.
Yes.
How you step forward into the day, every single day.
Maria, can I ask you something?
Sure.
How do you start your day? How do you start your day to make it happen?
Oh, I love this. You really want me to share?
Yes, I do.
Absolutely.
Okay, so
Oh,
Give
by the
us
way,
the
Maria's
secret
back with us
scoop.
today.
Yes, Reverend Maria Flournoy.
yay.
Yes.
So when I'm waking up, I stretch and then I take my arms and give myself a big hug and I
Nice.
say, "Oh yes, good morning."
Give God love.
I do. I give myself a hug and then I jump out of bed and I'm like, "Yay, it's morning!" And then Ron's still sleeping. He's like, "Oh," and I'm like,
Are you a morning
So
person?
that's
He's
Ron's
not.
wake up call, huh?
I get up at 3 in the morning. So
Oi.
and
Glad
he
I'm
gets
not
up
married
at,
to her.
He gets up at 4. Oh no, it's nice. It's nice. That's the meditation time. That's the artistic, creative, flowing time, and that's when I get a lot done. Honest. It's-
Honey, but in the industry of film and television that I used to work in, I had already beat back a bunch of people's faces and heads by 4 o'clock in the
That's
morning.
what I'm saying. Yeah.
And when I was first out of the Marine Corps, those habits die hard.
Mm-hmm.
So I was up by 5 a.m. every morning, 4:30, 5 a.m. And you can get so much done. If you're an
Exactly.
early bird and you get up early in the morning, you can create so much in your life before everybody else wakes up. It's amazing how productive those hours are.
You
I
know-
will actually share a story of a celebrity that I have worked with and have known for a long time. She says that she gets up and does her, she calls that her God time.
Yeah.
She does her meditations, her prayer, her study, whatever she's doing. She says sometimes she's writing a song, sometimes she's cooking. She said, but that's when she feels the most creative energy is at that hour.
And yes, you're right. And interestingly, when I was younger and in college, way back, who knows when, I was in college full time and tending bar at night, my night job. And I'd roll in at 3 or 4 in the morning. And I would say, how do these people wake up in the morning when I'm just coming home, right? Now, oh my gosh, if I don't get up at 3 or 4, my day is gone because I need that. I go outside. It's so quiet. It's so quiet. Go outside, do my meditation. Sometimes I could meditate for a whole hour and just be. But I have to get up, make coffee because, I'm a jumping bean. It's like, yes, this is
Supersized.
latte. It's a latte. But, and then I do my stretching, and creative energy flows because I used to paint at 4 in the morning. After I had gotten ready, had my coffee. I don't like people when they say they whine and how I can't do it and I don't have time. And I'm like, it's like Wayne Dyer used to say, just be an eagle, not a duck.
Right.
Don't whine
Yes.
with the ducks. Don't
Right.
have time, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And speaking of art and Reverend Maria's art, when we are able to come back on campus and invite you back into campus for classes, I can't wait for her next Art from the Heart workshop.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's so great. She does a workshop with creative energy and drumming and meditation, and then you paint.
You paint your
a picture.
soul, your
Yes,
soul
it's
energy.
so fabulous,
Yes.
and you're going to love it. And we're so excited to get back at some point
Soon.
when it's safe.
And it's funny because we've touched on how you start your day.
Yeah.
And I know a practice that I do, and you've heard me say this from the platform. I'm a big person that I say prayer and meditation are both as equally as important. So I end my day every night, when I lay down to go to sleep, I talk to the universe. And no matter, regardless of what I feel the day has been, I thank the universe for giving me that day. I thank the universe for giving me anything in that day that has taught me something to move myself forward and to help wake me up to the aha of reality. And I give that thanks. So therefore, and you hit the nail on the head, my meditation is usually when I wake up in the morning.
Yeah.
I'm meditating, and also too, some people also too say, oh, well, I need to sit down to meditate. You can meditate in motion.
Walking
Yes.
meditation.
Walking meditations
Yes.
I
are
do
great.
that as well.
Yes.
And you know, Reverend Richard, you frequently say, prayer is talking to God,
Yes.
meditation is listening to God. And if you really take that to heart and use that as your practice, you will find that you are talking to God and the God within you, and the God within you is talking back. And if you're listening, you'll hear such amazing, infinite possibilities, infinite opportunities.
Well, also too, and as we've all studied, the ego, is I always say the ego is when you can shut yourself up and hear from that inner voice. Because lots of times in the flow of the ego, which is human, we are yapping so much that we can't hear. And you have to go into that place of meditation, that place of consciousness, that the universe can actually speak to you and you can actually hear the universe.
Yes.
I like to call it a higher frequency. When you
Most
go
certainly.
to when you
Absolutely.
are in that state of that divine love that's ready to flow through you, there is no mind chatter, or you can observe if
Right.
there is and just say, oh, whatever. But that's when I go to that space, and in Science of Mind, we say it's praying as God, because you are embodying the presence and the energy and the knowingness and the truth, so you can speak that for yourself and others.
Right.
Yes, and
Yeah.
sometimes we get so caught up in the chaos of what the media is saying and what the world is trying to push at us that we forget to take that time to pray and meditate, our own time for self-love and to connect to ourselves and connect to our divine creator. And when we do, we will find that all that chaos out there can easily just be ignored and left to the side.
Right.
Yeah.
Don't even need to pay it any mind.
And that's actually a reason why I have never been a huge fan of cable television. It's because cable television, you buy a package and you've got 400 channels of them throwing stuff at you. And you sit with the remote control and you go around and around and around and you're absorbing all that crap and that trash that's thrown at you. And there's so much trash on television. And so that's why also too, I'll just do a little plug here. I've gone to internet television. So therefore I control every channel that I'm exposed to, every piece of energy that's coming my way from the outside source I have control of. And that's what I love about Roku.
And you know that is a thing, especially with the millennials and the Gen X and the Gen Z and the Gen whatever gens they are.
ABCs.
But those generations younger than us are really, you
Those
know,
who are 19. What is she talking about?
I don't know what she's talking
so
about.
if you're 20
We go,
or
what is
below,
she talking
you're
about?
probably not even subscribing to traditional cable
Exactly.
like our age group does and the baby boomers do. You're probably doing the internet TV thing because my son does with my grandsons. He watches internet TV. So when I go to his house, I'm like, wow, okay, that's a valid option. And it's great because you are in total control of what you're seeing. And if you do want to catch up with what's going on in the world, you can turn on the news for a little bit, but you're not stuck 24/7 in front of it.
And that's, I will say, something that I have spoken to actually recently in our masterminds a Tuesday. And I said, my dream would be that First Unity would have its own Roku channel or its own source that you at home could tap into anytime during the day, which you can now on YouTube and Facebook and anywhere else?
Instagram, IGTV. And we actually have titled that the Fun Network. It's First Unity Network, and we have a graphic for it.
There we
And
go.
so as soon as we get all that, we have an Apple TV channel, we're getting a Roku channel, an IGTV channel, a Facebook channel, a YouTube channel. Wow, you can find us anywhere.
So in other words, again, back to what we allow in our consciousness is you will have control of what you want to be exposed to if you turn into, and if you turn into what we're putting out there, it's good stuff. No doubt about it.
Absolutely. Well, we always say what you're focused on, what you're focused on is what your reality is, how you start perceiving the world. And shifting your attention to all this good stuff just brings in more of that good. I was playing around with some business people, and I said, let's just focus on, because last month or so they said people were reactive or acting different, or I'm not going to repeat what they said. I said, well, let's just focus on all these wonderful people out here that are loving and joyful and playful and having fun. So we did a little experiment, and guess what?
What?
I'm getting phone calls. Wow, all of a sudden my customers are happy. My customers are giving. There's no complaints this week. Because you start focusing within on being who you want to express and see. So it's tuning that channel in.
Yes. And actually this week I had the opportunity to tell a business person in a coaching session that people will rise to the expectation you have. So if you have a high expectation, they will rise to that. If your expectation is low, they will stay down there at that.
Expect only the best.
What is your expectation?
Well,
Yourself and others.
This is a good topic because it goes to what we said a couple weeks ago. I used the example, and you were just headed there. What you attract, what you put out.
Absolutely.
It's like the piano and the guitar. If you hit the key on the piano over there, this guitar over here is going to vibrate at that same frequency.
Yes.
The frequency you choose to operate on, and that's a choice. That goes to
Absolutely.
it goes
Make
to
it happen.
make it happen. That's a choice to make it happen. But if you choose to vibrate at that frequency, choose every day to start your day to say, I'm going to operate at a higher frequency, and I've used that verbiage so much in the last week. I'm going to choose to operate at the highest frequency I can possibly vibrate. And watch, the universe will bring things to you that you will not even know how to comprehend.
Just as easy as that.
Yes,
As easy
yes,
as that.
yes. It's not difficult.
And coming up this month, I have a class that we're doing, a workshop actually on a Tuesday night, the gratitude effect.
Absolutely.
And it is, if people are new to vibrating at that higher frequency, this class, this workshop will help support that in gratitude, because gratitude is a higher frequency where joy is. You know,
Yes.
you can easily go to that gratitude and expect. Like I say thank you before it's even going to happen.
Yes.
I don't know about y'all, but I do. I'm thinking that I want more business, or I'm thinking I want to experience something. So I'm like, okay, thank you. It's coming. That experience is coming. And there the phone rings immediately, instantly.
And to sign up for that workshop, let me tell people so that they
Sure,
can
yeah.
find it. It's Tuesday, November the 17th. So if you go to firstunity.org and click up there on our online events, you will find the Gratitude Effect with Reverend Maria Flournoy. It's going to be a great and awesome workshop, and it's a Tuesday evening by Zoom. So get signed up, because you will get the information about the class. As soon as you sign up, an email will come to you with all the information how to be a part of that class, because Reverend Maria has done a wonderful job with these Zoom classes and getting people to interact on them. So it's going to be fabulous.
Absolutely.
And and it's not spooky spiritual. It's not being into yourself. It's just a way to operate in life.
And this is a gratitude month. It's
Yes.
the month of Thanksgiving. So what a wonderful time to have the gratitude effect.
Exactly.
Yes.
And I say this, and Reverend Temple and I have talked about this many times. There's been many things in my personal life that I have said, and I'll give you an example. One time I wanted to do this particular movie, and I knew it was coming to town, and I wanted to work on this particular movie. I remember I was leaving another show, and I was walking across the graveled parking lot. I remember it just like it was yesterday. I was walking across the graveled parking lot, and I said, I want to do this movie. I want to work with XYZ, yada, yada, yada. And literally, it was not probably 3 days later that I got a telephone call and said, oh, are you available? We want you to do this movie.
See,
See
you
how fast it
created
happens.
your
Yes.
reality.
Yes.
And I didn't even read, and sometimes we get into repetitive prayer too. Oh, please give me this, oh, please, I need this, I need. Just put it out there and let the universe work it out.
Yeah, don't get involved with how
Yes.
it's going to happen.
Exactly.
Just put it out there what you want.
Yes.
And the universe will conspire to make it happen with an infinite possibilities, infinite amount of scenarios that could make that happen, where we as humans are very limited in what
Right.
we can imagine, but source is not. limited
Well,
at all.
back to make it happen. Well, I can do this side without your lipstick. So we're encouraging you to make it happen in your life. we have to run for the time, so
Yes.
we thank you very, very, very much for sharing this sacred space with us. Join us at in our what I call it the other day, our virtual sanctuary a little later.
11:30.
11:30.
And TJ Woodward is with us as
Yes.
a 2020 influencer today. You really don't want to miss that.
Yes, that's going to be exciting. I can't wait to hear it
Exciting.
myself.
Yes.
There was something else. Oh, I was going to say, if you'll do us the honors, on down the side, if you'll make a comment, and in that comment section, you can say whatever you want, but also to put a separate one saying where you're from.
Yes.
The person who is the furthest away, we have a special love gift that we'll give you. We'll contact you, get your physical mailing address, and we'll send you a gift. But it has to be the person who's the furthest away from us. At any rate, we love you, and as I always say, remember this: God loves you just as you are.
Thank
See
you
you soon.
so much for
Thank
joining
you.
us.
Yes.
We love you.
Yes.